thank everyone for joining today. This is a really important topic, so I want to make sure that we cover all of your questions. Everyone's on mute today, so I won't be able to hear you if you ask a question. If you do have a question, please type it into that Q&A chat box there. I'm assuming we're all Zoom experts at this point, but if you have a question or anything, please type it into that Q&A box. Again, my name is Rebecca Lombardo from TruPlace. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing, and I'll be taking us through today's webinar. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So those of you who are not familiar with TruPlace, let me introduce us really quickly. We focus on quality visuals and excellent customer service. That's primarily what we are known for, and that's how we've been in business for 17 years. We offer more complementary offerings than any other property visuals provider. There's a full list of them on our website. And we are home to the industry's most user-friendly virtual tours. We're all about being user-friendly. So inside your listing packet, you should have received several things. If you haven't downloaded it yet, don't worry. When we wrap up today, you'll receive a follow-up email that has the links to it. You'll also receive a link to this recording. So if you want to just sit back, relax, and watch, totally fine. No need to take a bunch of notes right now. We will send you a link to this recording as well. So inside the listing packet, what you're going to find are 6 things: the listing handout, which is a printable flyer, the case study, the demo links, the Photoshoot prep checklist, which I know many of you love already, Actionable Analytics, and a pre-made PowerPoint slide set. I know you guys are really busy, and so anytime we can do anything for you so that we can pre-make it so that you don't have to make it, we're all about that. So the listing handout. So this is something that shows that you are partnered with the best talent in the area. We're trying to help you look fantastic when you go in front of your clients or your prospective clients. This is designed as a high resolution file so that it can be printed out and mailed for those of you who are still doing mailings. We would suggest adding this to those mailings. I'm going to go over more about that in a minute. This basically shows that you're fully committed to each listing, and it shows that experience, both yours and ours, is going to go a long way. So if you look closely at that what to expect list, it's basically going to communicate that we are offering all of this every time. So this isn't something like, well, this is a special thing, or you can, do these things. This is what you have access to as a TruPlace partner. HDR photography every time. The highest quality virtual tours every time. Not sure how many of you are aware that we offer aerial drone, both in video and still photography. Our virtual staging, the price has come down, by the way. So check out our virtual staging on our website. We've reduced the price on that by almost 30%. And we're offering full service on that now. So you don't have to spend all of your time picking out virtual staging scenarios. We're going to take care of that for you. So check out the virtual staging on our website if you haven't recently. We can do interior and exterior 360-degree views. That's another thing that's going to be great for your clients and prospects to know. True fusion processing means that you have that high quality every time. We always offer clear view windows, always, and we're not going to charge you for that. And we offer blue sky. Again, not going to charge you for that. The smart load analytics, I'll speak about that in a minute. And next business day delivery, as well as our stunning property website. So that's a really good, positive, powerful first step forward. So when you print that flyer out, here are a few ideas. If you haven't done these already, you might want to check these out. Inside of MLS, there's a feature called Remine. You could also access Remine without going into MLS. But what it does is allows you access to data, both MLS data and general public data. It will show you where there were homes that were pulled off the market after not selling for a while. So who knows why they were pulled off the market, but you can filter by that particular feature within Remine to see houses that may have been on the market and then maybe they pulled them off when COVID started. You might want to send that flyer out to them and show them that like now we have these fabulous tools that we can use to virtually sell your house. You can filter by location, by price, by size. There's a lot of different features in there that you can filter by. And then you export the mailing address and mail out those packets. I know there are several other ideas that have been circulating in this low inventory market, such as touching base with people in your CRM or in your circle that you haven't spoken with in a while, keeping tabs on major life events that your contacts are going through. Usually a major life event might spur a move, but because of market conditions and the pandemic, it almost seems like that's brought things to kind of a grinding halt. So that's why you're there, right? You're there to be a resource, to be a reminder, to stay in communication with folks. Reasons for moves typically involve things like a job change. But what people are reporting now is that people are staying in their job. They're calling it sheltering in place. So even if they didn't like their job, if they wanted to look for another one, because of the economy and other things, they just haven't. They felt safer in their current position if they didn't totally hate it. So they just have fewer people looking for new jobs right now and fewer people moving jobs. And so that is going to bring, that reason for a move to a crawl. But there's inevitable other things, such as death in the family, divorce, major life events like that, births, marriages. So you've still got life happening at the same time. So keeping in touch with folks, that have their finger on the pulse of this, mortgage companies, really keeping in touch with your network is really important. But then there is also this way to find properties online that you can mail things to. There is kind of a assumption that people aren't mailing things as much. And it's true, it's just not clogging up your mailbox like it used to. So now I think if you mail something, it really does stand out, especially if you mail something that is as attractive as that, that printable flyer. All right, so let's talk about this case study. So where you could use this case study is either in the mailer as well, or you could use it when you're going to an interview. So if you're being interviewed to see if you're the right agent to list that home, you can share this case study, just kind of talking about how you have faced challenges before and provided solutions, and that can be customized for any type of situation. You can also use it once you've won the listing to kind of walk people through ideas that you might have about how you're going to list their property. So this case study, this is about one particular property that was about 7,900 square feet. It had 7 bedrooms and 6.5 baths. It had a 3-car garage. It was on a cul-de-sac. But even a home as grandiose and beautiful as this, it can still face certain challenges. So what property visuals are best suited for this type of property? So that's what this case study is going to go into. It's a real life example of how to do quality marketing on a home. It outlines key results and has an easy to follow storyline for homeowners. It also shows that you're being strategic about everything, especially the visuals. So of course we want to offer this to you as a template as well. This template's not ready yet. It'll be ready next week or the week after. So we'll have that available on our website. We'll just add it to the listing packet, but it will have room where you can fill in, your photos, your challenges, your solutions. As much as people love data and statistics about the marketplace overall, I think they also love anecdotal stories. And I think those kind of things really resonate. So what I would do if I were you is probably have 2 or 3 case studies and just rotate them and choose the one that you feel best matches your current client scenario. So if your current client is in a situation where it's a job relocation, I would offer a job relocation case study in here to kind of speak to how you have experience in working with this kind of situation. All right, so the demos. This is a great PDF that's in there. We went ahead and put together our best products for you guys. We also included a link to our video that says, why TruPlace? Why would you use us? So you're able to communicate, why you're partnering with a powerful property visuals provider. These are links that are designed for you, not the client. So what it's designed to do is show you, as you're giving a presentation, that you can click on any of these links and it will launch a live example of what that product is. We are always really big fans of seeing our products happening in real time. So that's why we wanted to provide these live link examples. It also helps to set clear expectations for everything that we're talking about. So when you download this PDF from the listing packet, which is available on our website, you'll have access to each of these links. All right, so let's talk about how to use the links. So I have a software background, so I'm very familiar with using these types of links before. Now that we're all doing things a lot more virtually these days, this will be a really helpful tip. So prep your computer before the appointment. What that means is that you're going to open the relevant tabs and just leave them open. So those links that were in that PDF right here, you're going to open those up on your laptop or iPad before the appointment. You can see where I've circled in red how I've got my different links open. So before I go into the meeting, I don't have to launch a new window. I don't have to organize anything. It's all right there and ready to go. And by the way, that also helps when you have a Wi-Fi struggling situation. If you launch the page before you go in, it gives your strong Wi-Fi connection a chance to load the page. So at least the images and text are on the page by the time you hit that tab. Also, I would not try to play a video over Zoom. So we have some really beautiful walkthrough videos, but when you're on a Zoom connection like you and I are right now, if I tried to hit play on a Zoom video, my Wi-Fi connection or your client's Wi-Fi connection, it might come across glitchy, or it might stall. And that's not a good presentation of our high quality videos. So what we recommend is that you just provide that link, that YouTube link or that property website link to the client so they can watch that video at their leisure. Also, key insider tip here, make sure your pop-up notifications are turned off. It's happened to more than one of us where we're sharing our screen and then an email header pops up in the bottom, or a Slack notification pops up with a message that you did not want to share with a prospective client. So just make sure that all of your pop-up notifications are turned off before sharing your screen. And then next we have that pre-photoshoot checklist that everybody loves. This is great because you guys are really, really busy and you're juggling so many things at once. And when you have that kind of daily life adventure, having these kind of checklists in place is really helpful. So you can share this with the client to kind of help get them on the same page in terms of expectations as well. But you can basically go down the list of the different areas of the home to help it be prepared for when our photographer goes in. So our photographer is not going to do these things. We really need the home to be ready. We want everything to go smoothly. And right now during COVID, it's best if there really isn't anybody else in the property as we're shooting. So that's why we really want everything to be picture perfect before we go in there. So let me just go over a few things that you guys can make note of right now. First of all, we've run into situations where there are moving boxes inside of closets. So you might not be aware of this because you're not in every closet in every home that you're working on, but please communicate with your sellers that we are going to photograph inside a closet, especially if it's a beautiful walk-in closet. So having those boxes hidden in there, the sellers might think, oh, well, I'll just get this out of the photo, but they're actually putting it right in the middle of the photo. So that's just, that's a little tiny detail that's much better taken care of before our photographer gets to the property. The other thing is shoe covers at the front door. I know right now some people are still doing showings with the shoe covers at the front. Just so you know, those really need to be out of the picture before our photographer comes up. We're not going to be able to know what to do with that necessarily on the spot. So if you can think ahead of those things or leave a note for your seller on how to address that, but we definitely need that removed, from the foyer. Newspapers on the front lawn, we can always edit those out, but really what I'm trying to do is help you guys prevent an edit request here. So, make it so it's a perfect situation where there are no shoe covers at the front door, there's no moving boxes hidden in closets, the newspapers are off the front lawn. There's also those plastic floor protectors that get left down. Those are things that we need removed from the property before we photograph it. So just communicate with us about that. And again, we know you can't be everywhere at all times. So communicating, with your seller about these things is important as well. Definitely give homeowners time to mentally prepare about these things instead of just kind of forcing this list on them and saying, okay, you need to do this. It's like, this is an emotional thing that they're going through. This is where they've built memories, where they washed their kids in the bathtub, and now you're asking them to please hide all photos. So this is a mental and emotional thing too, as you guys know. So, as you deliver these things, we've got a very clear black and white checklist, and it's a business thing for us to go in and shoot the property, but we do know this is an emotional time for folks. So there's that. Also highlight the details that might not be obvious. Covering up personalized items, really making it look like a model home is going to help the quality of the photo in the end. So we really want to set you guys up for success. And the best way to do that is to prep the home thoroughly in this manner. All right, my favorite part, actionable analytics. First of all, what does actionable even mean? Actionable means that you can take a piece of this data and do something with it. You should definitely make sure to add these tour analytics to your presentations. You guys are working so hard to market these listings, and they're getting results. So it's not just about the analytics you're seeing in other ways through your email marketing or Facebook marketing, but we're also keeping track of how many views have been on that single property website page. So you definitely want to be sharing that as well, because that speaks directly to their property specifically. You can also show previous TruPlace listings. So every listing you get is a way to build your portfolio. It's a way to build your gallery of experience so that you can go and win that next listing. So just kind of keep that in mind. I know the houses are selling really fast right now, but every time you skip a photo session or cancel a photo shoot because it's under contract, you're losing out on an opportunity to build your portfolio. You should definitely keep every single opportunity you have on the table to collect and show your experience. You should also explain how the data supports your strategy for their listing. So again, you can see location data, you can see source data, and you can speak to how you're targeting potential buyers in that area. I would pull these reports weekly from TruPlace for your clients. Again, it just shows how hard you're working, and it supplements your other data very nicely. As I was saying, other data that you're probably already presenting, the statistics I was talking about earlier, it's really helpful to put everything into context. So showing the current market situation is really helpful for your clients, just kind of painting a picture for them of what it's like right now. There are sources for this data among the realtor associations, local MLS services. Your brokerage probably sends out this kind of stuff on a regular basis. Turn it into a fun infographic or a chart, and definitely add this to your presentation as well. And of course, the PowerPoint slides. I don't know how many of you are currently using PowerPoint to do your presentations, but this requires time and effort. So we have created PowerPoint slides for you. They are actual PPT files. So all you have to do is copy and paste and drop these in. So you can copy and paste the charts from your client's listing and put them into that actionable analytics slide and highlight a few of your marketing insights about their property. Talk about how you're using this data to target their marketing a little bit more specialized. Talk about scheduling open houses and geo-targeting buyers. And then of course, on the what to expect, we've taken that printable flyer that I showed you at the beginning and just turned it into a PowerPoint slide. This is just in case you would rather do the PowerPoint slide or you're not doing printable flyers. We wanted to offer you both formats for you to share this information. Again, trying to make you look like a rock star when you go in for that listing interview or that listing appointment. And then finally, if you don't use PowerPoint, there are cloud-based presentations available. I want to talk about a company called HighNote real quick. They have come out with a way for you to insert all of those slides and share them with your listing appointment folks or your clients through a link. So instead of having to email out these large files or these PDFs and things like that, you now just have one link to rule them all. So HighNote focuses on getting you one link to share all of that content, basically that I just shared with you. So this is a company called HighNote that's focused on making the presentation experience better for you and your client. They, like me, offer analytics. So you're able to see information that goes on behind the scenes, how long that link was viewed, if it was shared with anybody. And of course, there's details available within the program as well. Just to kind of show you what this looks like, HighNote was kind enough to create a demo example using our listing packet. So here's an example where you would have your photo up top and your contact information, and you could just scroll down the page here and go through the listing packet flyer and everything through one link. So there's just one link here at the top that contains every piece we just went over. So obviously you would replace some of these with your CMA data and other things like that. But it's a really great templated, easy to use format. So for those of us who struggle with Microsoft PowerPoint and having to be creative, and it would be so much easier if I could just drag and drop content from other people in here and links and videos. Ta-da, here it is. This is a fabulous solution. So you can put everything in here, you can link, you can host. We have worked with HighNote to make sure that all of our links are compatible. So whether you want to use one of our YouTube links or if you want to use our single property website link, they have gone into the back end of HighNote to make sure that it's all compatible. So you'll see when you sign up for an account and start creating your presentation, it'll say insert link here, and you just copy and paste the links from your client portal into this section, and it auto-populates and auto-fills. It's a beautiful thing. So when you're ready to share this with anyone, you can just hit forward. And of course, any of these pieces, once you click on them, hit view, it's got a download option. So if you email this link to your client and they want to download the photo checklist or anything like that, there's a nice little download button for them right there. All right, so that is the end of today's presentations. I'm going to go and turn to the Q&A box here, or the chat, to see if there are any questions. Again, this was recorded and it's going to be emailed to you. So if you have any other questions, you can always just follow up from there. I want to let everyone know that there is a wait list for HighNote. However, if you use the link in the follow-up email, you can skip the wait list. The co-founder, Mark, and I are friends. So if you are lucky enough to be on this webinar, you have advanced access to something that other agents do not have access to. Always love that. That's a huge competitive advantage for you guys. So I want to thank you for being a TruPlace customer, and your follow-up email, you will get Mark's email directly. Just email him and tell him you want to skip the wait list and get your HighNote account immediately. Not everyone's going to be able to do that. That's a brand new thing. Inman News covered HighNote as one of the top tech tools for 2021. So there is going to be a very long wait list to have access to that, but he's going to allow you guys to skip that wait list. So when you get the follow-up email from today's webinar, definitely contact Mark, definitely check out that link if you're interested in a cloud-based presentation solution. Okay, it looks like we have a question here. Can I put the link in the chat? I can put the TruPlace link in here. I'm not sure if it's going to work. But you guys should definitely contact him directly and ask for that. There you go. All right, so there's a question here about what is the next step for setting up videoing a property, and where do you see pricing? So if you go to the homepage of our website, you can see the pricing underneath the menu selection for video. These are all of the video types that we offer. So just select which type of video you're looking for, and when you click on Learn More, you'll be able to see the pricing. Once you select which video you want to order, just click on the Order tab right here at the top of the website and place your order. All right, are there any other questions? Let's see. Are the slides compatible with Bright MLS, Cloud CMA listing presentation? Yes, so you should be able to copy and paste our slide into the presentation format that you're using. And like I said, there's a couple different versions. There's a horizontal version, there's a vertical. You can always crop, and save and insert that as well. Again, we know you guys are doing a lot. You're very busy, so we were trying to think ahead for you and putting this stuff together. If there's anything that you did not see in the listing packet that you wish was there, please let us know. There's a question here, is the pricing turnkey, meaning includes photographer? So yeah, all of our pricing is all in for everything. We don't nickel and dime for things like the clear view out the windows. I would say if you're looking to get a virtual tour and photography for the listing, what I would suggest is our interactive floor plan tour, because that is a very easy to use interactive floor plan, and you get all of the listings photos that you need with that. So that price includes both the listing photos and the interactive floor plan tour all in one. It's a great deal. In case you missed it at the beginning, if you want to get our listing packet, you can just go right to the homepage of our website, TruPlace.com, and click on Download Listing Packet. It's that blue button right there on our homepage. If you're looking to kind of get a combination of things and get a good price or good suggestion on what we would recommend, if you go to our website and click on Residential Real Estate Packages, we've put together these packages here that are basically a complete marketing and tour solution. The most popular one is our signature package because it comes with the interactive floor plan, the virtual twilight, and the slideshow video. Now, when you purchase the interactive floor plan tour, like I mentioned, you get all of the photos you need for your listing. So if you want to do 36 photos put into MLS, no problem. Once you get this package, that's already in there. Every time you purchase an interactive floor plan tour, it comes with all the photos you need to create that. If you are with a partner brokerage, if your brokerage is a partner with TruPlace, you get a discount on these packages. So if you would like a discount on these packages, please have your brokerage reach out to me so that I can save you money. All right, so everyone's on mute today, so I won't be able to hear you. If you could just type in your question into that Q&A box there or the chat window, I'll be happy to answer your questions. If I don't get to your questions today, please feel free to just send me an email. We're marketing@truplace.com, or the contact us button is fine as well. All right, it looks like we have someone read. I'm going to try to allow to talk to get someone to ask a question here. All right, are you able to speak now to ask your question? I believe it's Paula. Not sure if Paula still had a question. If there are any other questions, just type them in. If I don't get to them and we wrap up today, just reply to the email. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Again, you will receive a link to the recording today. So don't worry about that. If you missed it, you'll get the link as well. So when you get the, so you can just go to HighNote's homepage here. Let's see, just go to HighNote homepage, and there's a link there where you can request access. So what I was trying to say earlier is that if you hit that pink button that says request access on that homepage, you're going to get in a line of like 200 or 300 other agents who are also requesting access. This is early access to this fabulous product I'm trying to get you guys access to. So please email Mark. In the follow-up email after we wrap up today, it will be Mark's email address. You just reach out to him and say, I just got off the TruPlace webinar and I'd like access, please. You will skip the line. You will not have to wait behind all those other agents. You guys get early access because you are a TruPlace partner. So feel free to do that. I don't have pricing on HighNote at this time, but feel free to ask him for that when you request access. It is early access that I'm trying to help get you guys access to. So hopefully that works out for you guys. It's a really great product. All right, we're at the end of our time today. You guys have been so great. Again, if I didn't get to your question, please just send me an email. Happy to answer any questions you might have after we conclude today. You will receive a link to the recording and a link to the listing packet and a link to contact Mark. So you'll have everything you need in the follow-up email. Give it time. It's not going to come out immediately. Give it like an hour or two, but definitely by tonight or tomorrow, you should have that follow-up email from today's webinar presentation. Thank you guys so much for your time. It's really tough out there. I appreciate you taking time to go through this webinar with me today. Best of luck, everyone, to all of your hard work. Stay safe and warm. Cheers.